Damage. Hello, everyone.
What's up?
It's been a hot minute since we did a Mortal Kombat video,
Yeah,
but here we are.
we're back.
Today we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat 11, which
Damn.
I find it funny that this one's called 11 because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, Mortal Kombat X. Now we're back to the numbers.
I think they just couldn't figure out something.
They probably couldn't figure out what to call us. There was like 11. Okay, sure.
Why not?
I remember when this was announced just out of nowhere.
Relative. How long has it been since X?
They announced it 3 years after X.
It just felt rapid, honestly.
And so X came out in 2015. Then we had Injustice 2. Then the Game Awards 2018, like end of the year, they just showed a trailer for Mortal Kombat 11. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, it comes out in 4 months. I was like, really?
Yup.
And they didn't get delayed or nothing. It actually came out April 2019.
Surprise!
So, this game did not go the direction I think it was gonna. I thought it was gonna go.
No,
nothing
I don't think
like
any
that.
of us did.
So I didn't really have the whole like build up hype for MK11 like I did X. It just kind of like happened. So there you go. Mortal Kombat 11. We'll talk about the plot first, like we always do. It starts right before the ending of X,
Yeah.
and then just kind of spirals out of control.
Pretty much.
So if you remember at the end of X, Raiden, or Dark Raiden, brought Shinnok's head to Liu Kang and Kitana in the Netherrealm. This game starts with Raiden torturing Shinnok,
quite fun,
tormenting him.
Quite funny, actually.
And then he chops Shinnok's head off, and repeats the line, "There are fates worse than death." Raiden walks away, and time just stops. And this woman walks up, and is like, oh, and says something to Shinnok, something along the lines of, "It's okay, mommy's got your back," or something like that. And it's like, oh, Shinnok's mom.
Oh, lovely. There's
Oh boy. Then
no other gods had moms.
So then it jumps 2 years, and we see Cassie Cage is like taking over the special forces from Sonya. I guess she got some like boost after defeating Shinnok. But they have a plan with Raiden to infiltrate the Netherrealm to stop Liu Kang and Kitana. Like they're gonna blow up the like bridge between the two.
Yeah.
It does succeed, but Sonya gets killed in the process. So bye-bye.
It's just not a good day.
It was not. Then there's a like so then after that cuts to Outworld, and we see Kotal Khan doing Kotal Khan things because he's got Outworld back now that Melina's dead and Devora's
It's fucked off.
yeah, exactly. There's like some like battle going on. During said battle, all of a sudden Dark Raiden just disappears. And here's living Liu Kang, living Kung Lao,
Kitana,
Jade, a bunch of people, a younger Aaron Black. There's a bunch of people that just show up there. And it's like, oh, and Shao Kahn.
in a horrible redesign.
Oh, God. We'll talk about the character design when we talk about the roster. But Shao Kahn's just kind of there, and he beats the crap out of Kotal Khan.
Pretty funny, actually.
But you find out that Kronika is like messing with the timeline. Kronika's the woman, or Shinnok's mom.
The bald lady.
And like is like messing with the timeline. So Dark Raiden is gone. He just does not exist.
Good riddance.
But we have, because he's an immortal, there can't be two of him in the same place at once. And you know what, though? I like good Raiden better than Dark Raiden, so I'll take it.
Everyone does.
I'll take it.
So it's not a huge loss.
So we got a younger Liu Kang and a younger Kung Lao who have been informed about what happened by Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage, I guess. Johnny Cage. I'll be the only one who could tell them.
Of course.
Because this Raiden wouldn't have known because... whatever. So they go to the Shaolin Temple to get some answers. They get jumped by a Scorpion, not Hanzo Masashi.
Scorpion.
Scorpion's there. And this, weird giant dude named... What's his name?
What are you asking me for?
I can't remember the guy's name. Garrus! Garrus! The big guy with the big arm. But he keeps, you can cut his head off and he'll just rewind time and bring himself back.
That fucker.
Yeah, him. So, then I guess a little bit of time has passed. So, Scorpion, or Hanzo Masashi and Sub-Zero go to infiltrate the Cyber Lin Kuei. Because Sub-Zero has an inside man there. They find Noob Saibot there, who is back because of the time merger.
Yes.
Frost is now a cyborg.
Of course she would go for the Cyber.
And Sector and Cyrax are both there, so they're both brought back from the time merger. But Cyrax was Sub-Zero's guy in there. They kind of destroy the facility because bad things are going to happen there.
Yes.
And, that was fun. But what happened next? I'm trying to remember. So Johnny Cage and his young...
happens in this story.
A lot happens in the story. It's a big game. Johnny Cage and his younger self have the most ridiculous banter ever. Because you could tell, older Johnny Cage getting frustrated with young Johnny Cage. Young Sonya's there, and she finds out what happened. And she's pissed about it.
Yeah.
It's like, Cassie, you left me to die? And Cassie's like, well, you told me to. What did you want me? Oh, wait, it wasn't you. And there's a lot of tension because there's younger characters, older characters. It's crazy. So we got some more stuff going on. Sonya actually ends up killing Kano in this storyline.
Oh, God, yes, she does.
She shoots the younger one through the face, which kills the older one.
Yeah, Kano fucking
Kano
dies.
finally dies! About time.
Sorry, Jeremy Johns. We know that's your favorite.
Yeah. Katana finally defeats Shao Kahn in this game.
What?
Katana defeats Shao Kahn.
What?
Katana fought Shao Kahn and defeated him.
In what universe can Katana fight Shao Kahn?
I really don't know, but she beats him and she blinds him because she doesn't finish him off because she's not a murderer, even though you're a Mortal Kombat character.
Everyone's a murderer.
Honestly, though. So the older Jax ends up getting recruited by Kronika because she manipulates him.
Oh my God, Jax's story doesn't. Did they forget about his story in MKX?
I guess so.
He's
like an alcoholic in this game?
Yeah, it seems like we're treading on the same story beat.
But we got younger Jax and Jackie going to Shang Tsung's island.
I just love how young...
To find this crown. I forgot what they called it, but they find this crown. Because if Kronika gets it... Because if Kronika gets it, everyone's screwed. But Jax... she ends up getting it anyway. But they go there to find that.
She has to.
Yes, of course. Big plot thing happens soon. They gotta go find, I forgot his name, in another realm. This guy's gonna get them across the Sea of Blood.
Yeah, he's aiming a fighter.
Scorpion fights his younger self, or Hanzo rather. Hanzo fights Scorpion and convinces him, yo, listen, Kronika's trying to bring Shinnok and Quan Chi back. That's who caused all of our suffering. Why would you help them? And right after that conversation, Devora stabs and poisons Hanzo.
Yep.
Scorpion nearly kills Devora.
Should've.
I wish he had. But Devora gets away. He was lighting her on fire.
This one does not burn so easily. Oh god, it hurts.
So Scorpion goes back to Earthrealm in Hanzo's place. Liu Kang and Sub-Zero don't trust him at first. Why would you? And he's like, no, seriously, like, I'm being honest. I want to help you. And he has to fight Sub-Zero and Raiden. But then Raiden uses Shinnok's amulet against Scorpion.
Oh god.
And then Liu Kang's like, stop! No, don't do this! And then they start fighting. And then Raiden's like, wait a minute. He realizes, like, I cause your death in every timeline. I can't, no. And he So he throws Shinnok's amulet away. But then Kronika shows up and she's like,
I mean,
yeah, pretty much. She has the crown and
the amulet.
So Raiden and Liu Kang and all of them are like, we gotta stop her now. So they go take the Sea of Blood thing.
With an alliance of men, dwarves, and elves.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's go to Mordor and just drop the ring.
That's what they do!
Raiden ends up defeating Geras here. And drops him in the Sea of Blood that just drop forever. And he also fights the
How do you kill someone that can't die?
But during this, like, Liu Kang is captured by Kronika. I think Katana might have been as well. I think it might have been just
Liu Kang.
Just Liu Kang. And, like, his soul is getting drained by the Netherrealm Liu Kang. Raiden defeats him. And Netherrealm Liu Kang says to him, you're going to have to kill me. And Raiden's like, I'd rather save you. He merges the two Liu Kangs with himself.
Why didn't he just do this originally?
And becomes Fire God Liu Kang, who is a freaking monster. I swear.
Best thing ever.
Actually, it was cool as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. He's probably the most powerful character in Mortal Kombat.
Honestly, yeah, he's got all Liu Kang's powers and Raiden's powers.
Because Kronika's biggest fear was Liu Kang and Raiden's power working together, and now it's just merged into one.
Well, they win.
So,
good night, everybody.
Fire God Liu Kang basically just destroys the entire fucking armada that Kronika had there. Defeats Cetrion, who is Shinnok's sister, who is also an Elder God.
Yes.
And,
he's not even an Elder God, he's whipping Elder God's asses.
Kronika's, like, reverses time, but doesn't affect Fire God Liu Kang at all.
Because he's above all that.
So they fight, and there are 3 possible outcomes to this fight. 1, Liu Kang just dies. And you get the bad ending where Kronika cuts his head off. Alternatively, Liu Kang defeats her, turns her into glass, and breaks her. Raiden shows up and says, you're the god now, I'm just a man. And it's up to you to decide how fate turns. So he forms a bond with Katana, and him and Katana are like the timekeepers. Canonically, what happens is Raiden. Most of that happens, except Raiden. They reverse time too much, so Liu Kang can't save Katana. But he and Raiden work together to monitor the time stream. So that's the ending of the game. Initially. We'll talk about the rest of the plot when we get to the DLC.
I think I got the second ending.
The second ending? Well, where Katana is the...
I might have gotten the third one.
The one, the Katana, is the one that most people get, because it's... You have to beat her 2 rounds in a row. If you beat Kronika 2 rounds in a row, you get that one. If you lose 1 round and win the other 2, you get the Raiden one. And if you just lose both, she chops your head off.
I lost round, so I just got the Raiden one. So I got the canon one.
And the first one I got was the Katana one. And then I just watched the Raiden one on YouTube, so I had context. But that's the story. And I will say, I like the story a lot more in this game than I did in MKX.
Yeah, same.
It's a little...
the fact that we don't remember a lot of
It's a very convoluted, and it's kind of confusing.
They just kind of go balls to the wall with this
But,
one.
you know, it's like having Liu Kang back to normal, great. Kung Lao back, Katana back, Raiden normal. Having 2 Scorpions, having... Sub-Zero actually doesn't do much in this. I just thought about that. He's barely an entity. Scorpion does a lot more than Sub-Zero does. having Noob back.
Well, I think I felt with MKX this kind of went for a more realistic type of thing.
But whereas this one
this goes balls to the wall. It's like, okay, we know this is fucking crazy, so let's just...
It's Mortal Kombat. That's how it should be. Now, before we go to the rest of this, because there's a DLC story chapter, we're going to talk about that in a second. Graphically, this game is a huge improvement on MKX.
Yeah.
It was one of the best-looking games of that console generation. It looks incredible. Facial animations are really on point.
Oh, God, yeah.
You could tell the different fabrics of the clothing. Like, you can tell that one's made of cloth, that one's pleather, that one's spandex, that one's this, that one's armor. It's amazing. Female character designs, however, are shit.
They're shit?
It's not even just that they're like if you go back to MK11, Katana, Sonya, they all have very revealing costumes. MK11 doesn't have that, but that's not the problem. The problem is the female costumes are just boring. And it's like they wanted to be more PC about it.
No, I'm just gonna hold this shovel for you. Just keep digging.
I like the older costumes better. I do. I don't like Katana's outfit, really. Jade is okay with the hood. Cassie Cage
has my favorite costume.
Cassie Cage looks like an astronaut. Jackie just looks terrible. The best looking female character in the game, costume-wise, is a DLC character, and we'll get to that later. Male designs are pretty cool. Like, Scorpion's base design is awesome. Sub-Zero's is a little weird, but you can get alternate costumes for him. I like Raiden's, you know. Regardless, there's my rant on the costumes. But
I'm just waiting for the Predator target to just go on your forehead.
That was the last game.
Just waiting for it.
Now,
back up a little bit here.
Roster. Oh, mechanic-wise, this game still does the variation thing to a degree.
It's a lot better in this one.
Well, because you can customize it however you want to. So you can go in, because they have like default variations, which I never use. You could just go in, pick, all right, I want Scorpion to have the fire breath. I want him to have the fire dash. I want him to have the spear. I want him to have the enhanced spear. You can pick whatever moveset you want for them. And you can name it whatever you want to. You can give it whatever costume you want, whatever custom gear you want to give it.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
It was done a lot better in this.
And the costume amount in this game, though, compared to the others, is insane.
Yeah.
Now, granted, there are a lot of recolors.
There are a lot of recolors, and I really don't like how you have to get them.
Well, yeah, you have to go through the crypt or events or find them in towers and stuff, but
it's just tedious and
it can
a
be.
lot.
Like they tried to mix the the gear system from Injustice with the costumes of MK, and I would have preferred just costumes rather than the gear because I wasn't a big fan of the gear system in Injustice 2.
Me either.
So I prefer when it's just costumes. I like the ability to pick your moves though. That's cool, but. I don't... Who cares what Scorpion's spear looks like? You're throwing it, grabbing it. Like, the mask, okay, maybe, but... Like, they let you customize 3 different options, and most of the time, you're like, whatever. Like, Kung Lao's medallion, who cares?
Who's, like, the medallion? Who pays attention to his fucking medallion?
Exactly, or, like... I don't know, Raiden's staff. That only comes out in a couple combos. Whoop-dee-doo. It's a cool idea. I would have rather than just done costumes.
Yeah.
That's me personally. One thing I like about this, though, is MK9 and X had only one intro and one outro for each character. This game, they have like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So there's actually a lot more variety in there, and that's cool. The fatalities are brutal. These are some Devora has the most disgusting fatality I think I've ever seen in my life in this game.
Yeah, hers is bad.
It's disgusting. Like, Shao Kahn has one where he, like, knocks your head out your asshole or something.
It's definitely the funniest.
That's brutal. Speaking of characters, we got, I'd say this has a much better roster to me than MKX did.
Oh, it definitely is. Not as good as MK9's.
No, it's not. But there's also not a lot of new characters that are terrible, except Collector. I hate him. Well, you got your returning ones. You got Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Katana, Jade, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Johnny Cage, Sonya, Cassie, Jackie. No Takeda or Kung Jin, which is weird.
Fuck him.
I like Takeda.
Fuck him.
I like Takeda more than Jackie.
Fuck him.
But you don't have like I'm trying to think of the whole roster right now. Jax, Shao Kahn, who's actually the pre-order bonus character.
Who?
Shao Kahn.
Was he really?
Yeah, it was a pre-order bonus. Kind of like Goro.
I have him unlocked, but I didn't pre-order the game.
Huh. Interesting. Did you get the game day one?
No.
Huh. Weird.
Oh well.
Oh well. I'm trying to think who else is in the game right now. Geras is a new character. Cetrion's a new character. Collector's a new character. Aaron Black's back.
Yay.
Devorah's back.
Boo.
Kotal Khan's back. Jesus Christ. I'm drawing a blank.
Is that it?
No, there's more. I'm just drawing a blank. I don't know.
Was Nightwolf for smoking this?
Nightwolf is, but not yet. We haven't gotten to him yet. Smoke's not in this.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ermac's not in it. Reptile's not in it. Baraka. Yes, Baraka is in there. Thank you. I forgot about him. Cabal.
Yes, Cabal. Got rid of the pigtails.
Yeah. Did we mention Jade? I think we mentioned Jade.
Cat just body slammed the box.
That sounds about right for her. Or him. One of the two. I don't know which one it
Him.
was. Oh, it was the baby? Okay.
Yep.
But, and then there's the boss character. There's no sub-boss in this game, which is weird.
Yeah.
There is Chronica, though, who is going back to the whole being immune for projectiles thing.
Yep.
And you can't use Fatal Blow on her. Oh, I forgot to mention that in gameplay, but we'll get back to that.
Honestly, the best way to beat Chronica is be cheap as shit.
That's what I do. I just jump kick. I fought her Johnny Cage one time, my friend watching. I just kept jump kicking her and she couldn't touch me.
I literally just kept...
I
just went to town on her.
I personally think that Shao Kahn and Corrupted Shinnok are more difficult than she is.
Yeah, she's definitely easiest in this trilogy.
She's not super difficult, but her moves can hurt you.
Yeah.
Be careful, but she's not really that big of a threat, honestly. Gameplay-wise, it is a little bit different than MKX. It's not as offensive-oriented, and it's not as tournament fighter-heavy. But it's more defensive, though. So in MK9 and X, you had a meter that had, like, 3 slots on it. Which was, like, one was an enhanced move, one was a breaker, the full thing was your X-ray. This one, you have a defensive and offensive meter that are constantly filling up. So you can just keep enhancing special moves, keep doing defensive abilities all you want to. X-rays are gone. Now we have Fatal Blows, which once you're at 30% health, you can use it and you only get one of those per match.
I prefer X-rays.
I like these better. I do.
I prefer X-rays.
I like this more, because if you do an X-ray twice in a match, it's like, how do you keep breaking that guy's neck? How do you keep crushing his spleen? How do you keep busting
I get it
his
for
open?
realism in terms of that, but it was like the X-rays were just cool.
I like these better. I do. But it's also it's more methodical. You have to be like, punch, kick, counter, block. You can't just spam things. You have to be more methodical with your combat. But it also isn't as punishing if you don't get a move done fast enough. Because you can do back, forward, square, and you'll do Scorpion Spear every time. You do back, forward, circle, and you do Sub-Zero Slide every time. You know what I mean? It's not as punishing in that regard. Also in this game, you have, kind of like the last 2 games, you have these towers, like you always do, but you have, like, what are they called? Towers of Time in this one?
I think so, yeah.
Where you have like a super one, you have one that changes every hour, one that changes every day, character towers, you know. That's how you unlock a bunch of stuff in this game.
Yeah.
Speaking of things you can unlock, the unlockable character in this game is Frost, who is also in the game. I forgot to mention her. You beat Chapter 4, you unlock her. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, Noob Saibot's in the game, too. I forgot to mention it. But DLC-wise, okay. So, before the game came out, there was a leak of all the DLC characters. And they were right about everything but one.
And it pisses him off.
And I'm still mad about it. So, the first DLC character we got was Shang Tsung, who was played by Hiroyuki Tagawa, I think I say his name?
Yeah.
From the movie, and he's awesome!
It's amazing!
He's the best Shang Tsung ever!
Oh, he's so good.
But no, he's awesome.
But since they brought him back, can we just say that they did alternate costumes for other characters?
Oh, yes.
For the movie.
Yeah, so you have him as old man Shang Tsung, him as Shang Tsung, what he would look like in this game. Then he has costumes from the movie. But then they also released costumes for Johnny Cage, Sonya, and Raiden, voiced by the actors from the movie. Well, I didn't do one for Liu Kang. I don't
get it.
Or Scorpion or Sub-Zero for that.
Or Katana.
Yeah, it's weird. But we got those three.
Right there.
They should have done one for Shao Kahn from Annihilation.
It is glorious!
Oh, I would have laughed. The next...
He's not even in the helmet or anything, it's just...
The next DLC character
dude.
was Nightwolf. Okay.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Okay. The third one was the Terminator, who looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but is not voiced by Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, I like him more than, like, Leatherface.
Yeah.
But, okay. I mean, I'm not mad about the Terminator, but I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever.
Whatever.
Next was Sindel, who I think is one of the better-looking female characters in terms of design. I hate her personality. I don't know why she's an asshole now.
Right?
She was never an asshole. She was always, like, possessed. But
always evil.
But when she got out of that in the old timeline, she was actually, like, a good person. But no, in this, she's just evil, and I hate it.
She's just evil.
Rant incoming. This was supposed to be Ash Williams from Evil Dead. And I was really, really excited to play as Ash in Evil Dead. In the first DLC trailer, you hear a fucking chainsaw noise. And then you hear Terminator music. They were hinting at Ash. But no, it's the Joker. Why? Why is the Joker in here? Who asked for the Joker in Mortal Kombat?
I didn't.
Joker should not be in this game. He shouldn't. Should be nowhere near this game. It should have been Ash Williams.
But have you ever danced the devil in the pale?
Shut up! I'm still salty about this 2 years later. But then...
Never rub another man's rhubarb.
But then we have the best DLC character we have ever gotten in a Mortal Kombat game. People have been wanting this guy since at least MKX, maybe as early as MK9. They finally gave us Spawn.
Spawn!
They finally put
Yes!
Spawn in here.
Yes!
And it's awesome.
Oh.
And he's voiced by Keith David.
Oh, and he looks so cool.
He does.
Oh, this alternate costume is so cool. You can have the original costume. You can have the current costume in comics.
He's got an intro with Clown's head in it.
He references Clown.
Malbolgia
is in his ending.
It's awesome. Him cursing at Mortal Kombat characters, like keep calling Shao Kahn stupid.
He's my favorite character in the game.
Oh, he's awesome.
Fucking Spawn's in it.
Good
night, everybody. The review's over at that point.
But then we got a second DLC pack, which was called Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, which is actually more of the storyline.
That's why I have Shao Kahn and all the characters, because I got Aftermath.
There you go.
There we go.
The storyline of this is just kind of like going around your elbow to get to your ass. Like, it just takes you in a loop that sends you to fuck all.
Well, okay, here's the thing about the DLC. in the main story for DLC, it just seemed like it was just no problem for the good guys. Which, honestly, after all they've endured with MK9 and MKX, I think the good guys could have just needed this. Like,
oh, they get obliterated.
in the
Kotal
DLC,
Khan gets decapitated.
the good guys.
Because what happens is Shang Tsung shows up and tells Liu Kang, hey, don't do what you're doing.
Hey.
But he comes in with Nightwolf and Fujin.
Fujin's finally back!
And he's awesome. But they end up bringing...
character play as in this.
But they bring back Sindel.
The DLC spawn's still my favorite. Number one.
And Sindel heals Shao Kahn because Sindel's a dick.
Now, apparently, so.
But the whole plot of this was Shang Tsung needed Kronika's crown to do what he wants to do, which is control time because he's a jerk.
Of course.
So he kills everyone.
Yeah.
Except for Fire God Liu Kang.
So now we have Shang Tsung powered up by Kronika.
Versus Fire God Liu Kang. And there are two endings to this. The bad one is so obviously not canon, it hurts. But basically, Shang Tsung wins and takes over everything. The good ending, I think, is a lot more interesting. Liu Kang destroys Shang Tsung permanently. Goes all the way back. And this feels like a whole wrap-up to the entire MK storyline. He comes down to the Great Kung Lao. And instead of Raiden training him to win the Mortal Kombat tournament, it's Liu Kang. So it just feels like everything is now wrapped up in a bubble, all done. And I like that ending a lot more than the Shang Tsung ending.
Well, who likes the Shang Tsung ending?
No one. No one. But in terms of the characters they brought to Aftermath, we had, like I already mentioned, Fujin. He's pretty cool, actually. It's nice to have him back since Armageddon. And here they established that he's Raiden's brother. Okay. It's better than Shao Kahn being his brother, I guess.
It is glorious!
Shiva. Okay. A lot of the DLC characters in this game are from MK9.
Yeah.
And then RoboCop. Voiced by Peter Weller, which is cool.
Oh, it is Peter Weller.
It's Peter Weller, but why? I get RoboCop's like a really R-rated movie, but...
Who asked for RoboCop? RoboCop can barely move!
Why couldn't you just put Ash here?
Because we need a Joker.
I really wanted Ash in this game.
We needed more Joker.
There was one more DLC pack that came out. And it was the final one, which is where Ultimate comes from. Combat Pack 2 is 3 more characters. We have Rain, who is DLC again. So you have to buy him again. Melina, who everyone was bitching was not in the game. Here she is. And then Rambo.
Ooh.
Why?
Ooh.
Why is Rambo in this?
Yeah, it's great. You know, Mortal Kombat, it's great.
I just, when I saw that, I was just like, huh?
Okay, you know, you're great. You're very funny, you know.
I was more expecting someone like Michael Myers.
No, it's Rambo. It's me. It's great.
There are no horror characters in this game, though. It's all like action movie and comic book characters.
If you count Terminator 1 as a horror movie.
Yeah, but it's more based on Dark Fate. Ugh. I mean, you can get costumes for Terminator 2, which is what I have on him, because Terminator 2 is one of the best movies ever made.
I'd rather have the punk outfit from Terminator 1.
I like Terminator 2. I mean, 1's great, too.
I go back and forth which one I prefer at this point.
But
I can't decide.
Going back to the game itself, I thought MK11 was fantastic.
Oh, it's great.
Aside from my Joker rant, I actually really love MK11. It's probably one in my top Mortal Kombat games. I liked it a lot more. I didn't, at first, I'll be honest with you, I was kind of like, oh, okay, whatever. The more I played it, the more I got into it.
See, I didn't have that problem. I instantly loved it.
Yeah, no, at first I was like, I'm not the biggest fan. But
then again, I got after it, so I had automatically got it spawned.
Yeah,
so there you go.
I've had the game since the day it came out. But then as I played it more, I started to get into the rhythm of things, started getting into the fatality system, I forgot to talk about the crypt. The crypt in this game is insane. So,
That's crypt.
the concept is awesome. You're a dude going around Shang Tsung's island from MK1. It's awesome.
It is.
I hate how random it is.
Yeah.
I prefer when everything is in a set spot. And you could, like, keep resetting the crypt to, like, reopen things. Why?
I don't get that.
I mean, there are references to everything Mortal Kombat related all over the place. Like, the reptile statue from the Mortal Kombat movie is in there.
Yeah.
There's a dead...
Again, what is that statue's fucking purpose?
Goro's dead body is there, so he died.
Yeah.
But there's every location on the crypt is a stage from MK1, except for, like, the Kaiten Hive. Which is gross. But, like, the Warrior Shrine's there. Goro's Lair is there. All the levels from MK1 are all areas in the crypt, and it's awesome.
Yes. So cool seeing them in this, these
crypt,
graphics.
I love the crypt idea, but I just wish it wasn't random. And how grindy. It's really grindy.
Yeah, Shang Tsung did not keep up with this place.
Like, oh my god, the amount of currency you need to get things in the crypt in this game is obnoxious.
Oh god, yeah.
But, anywho, the game itself, though, amazing.
Fantastic.
It's great. It was originally on the PS4, Xbox One. I have the PS5 version.
I had PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's not... The major difference is there are no load times in this version. And it looks a little bit better. But if you have the PS4 version, you can just put the PS4 version in your PS5 and you get the PS4 version for free. So there's that.
Yes.
The only reason I have this is because I needed to give my friend a Christmas gift, so I gave him my copy of Mortal Kombat 11 and paid for the DLC for him. Then I just bought myself the PS5 version, where I have the game still. But I think at this point I don't think we're going to review the new movie, because I really don't want to, unless maybe they announce right before the sequel comes out.
We'll see.
But right now, I think it's time to move on from Mortal Kombat. We've done like 15 Mortal Kombat videos.
Oh god, yeah.
No, 13, because the 2 movies.
Oh yeah.
11 games and the 2 movies. So,
God, I don't want to go back to Annihilation.
I think it's time to move on from Mortal Kombat in terms of game reviews. I'm not going to tell you what series we're doing next. You guys will just have to wait for that, but I think for now... It's time to put a stop on Mortal Kombat.
We're done. I mean, there's no more games.
Which is the main focus of Mortal Kombat. Unless I decide to review that Scorpion figure I have one day, but that's neither here nor there. But until then, we'll be back with more game reviews soon. Take care.
And movie reviews.
But take care.